Good evening, yarnies, dirty hookers, and fiber fiends. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm pretty good here. Thought I was going to be running late today, but I wasn't. I did take a tiny little nap this afternoon, but I was not late. Everything went accordingly. I posted in the Discord pictures of the past two projects, the pumpkin patch stitch that we did on Monday, and the stacked pumpkin centerpiece that we did last night. Tonight we're going to do this cute little braided pumpkin. We're doing the small one. There is a large pumpkin in the same instructions for the little one. So the link down below, it's from the Crochet Crowd. Hey there, Grammy. Naps are a very good thing. The link is from the Crochet... Whoop, I'm throwing the pumpkin around. It's from the Crochet Crowd. There is a YouTube video. Then, on the video, he also has a link to the written pattern. And not only is it written out, but there's also a chart. So, this is a good pattern for those that can follow a video. It's also those who can follow a written pattern and those who can follow a chart pattern. So, anybody can do this. It's a little bit of a challenge, somewhat of an advanced stitch with the cabling, but if you take it step by step, like we're going to do tonight, you'll be able to do it. Again, this is the small version. There's also a larger version. I don't have enough time to do the larger version. Off stream, I might do the larger version, but we're going to make another smaller one just like this one, but in different color. Hey there, Fairy Dust. I'm okay. Yarn came in for my cardigan. Working on that as I watch. I think I DM you a link to the pattern I'm using. Not sure if it's the kind of cardigan you want to do. Yes, I got that link, and I looked at the pattern. I downloaded the pattern. I think that pattern might work. I'm gonna have to double check and read through it all, but the pictures, from what I see, that might be a good candidate. And I thank you very much for sending me that link. Naps are awesome. I approve. Yeah, definitely. If Mikey does something, there will be a chart. Yes, Mikey is all about the charts, which I'm becoming a chart person. Used to before I was like, oh, I don't understand, and because it was like a foreign language, it kind of takes some time to figure out what the symbols mean and everything. Basically, you're learning a whole nother language. But when I made this, I definitely used the chart a lot. I used the written, but I also referred to the chart. So I think that's what we're gonna get right into. So this is how many rows is this? Let me double check. It's 30 rounds. So that seems daunting, but pretty much every other round is single crochet. So it's not as intimidating as it could be. Again, this is not my pattern. This is from Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. It is his pattern. I will not claim it as my own. And it is a cute little pumpkin. Tonight we're going to be using this bright orange. I figured typical color for a pumpkin is orange. And this might show up really well on camera. And hopefully you'll be able to see the stitch definition when we do the cabling. Alrighty here. I am using worsted weight yarn. You can use whatever type of yarn you want. The examples that he uses, I think he uses some ombres, so there's a slight color change. And right there is the pattern, the link for the pattern, or the video and pattern from the Crochet Crowd. If you want the link and it's not currently up, type !braided I think I put it in there, braided. No, exclamation point braid. BRAID. And that's how you can get that same link. So as chat goes on. But it'll pop up periodically. I'm using a worsted weight yarn and my good old trusty 5.5 millimeter hook. You can use whatever hook and size yarn that works for you. Alright, we're going to get right into it. Hey there, Bree. How are you? And welcome, first-time chatter. I am not the crochet crowd. That is where I got this pattern from. I am the crafty cub. A lot of C's. I am a mainly crochet crafter here on stream, but I will be doing other fiber arts and other art forms in the near future. And I teach. So I'm going to teach you how to do this. Again, not my pattern. I'm just teaching this pattern here. And if you have any questions about crochet, I'm willing to stop what I'm doing, pick up another ball of yarn and a hook, and try to answer your question. Alrighty. So, with our color of our pumpkin, we're going to put a slip knot on the hook, and we're going to chain 2. 1 and 2. And in the second chain from the hook, let me zoom in a little bit more. Second chain from the hook, we're going to put in 10 single crochets. You could do a magic circle if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm going to follow the pattern. So in that second chain, we're going to put 10 singles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to join to our first stitch with a slip stitch, and that is round number 1. I have a slight headache, but doing all right. I may fall asleep at some point, in which case I will go work. That's perfectly all right. Hopefully your headache goes away. Hopefully my droning with my voice does not make your headache worse. And if you need to lurk, I appreciate the lurk. So that is round number 1. We have 10 single crochets into that chain. And I'm going throughout the whole entire process. I'm going to use one stitch marker, mainly to mark my stitches. I'm not going to do it right now on this round, but as we go, I'm going to be using it. Okay. So we got our 10 singles. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. Yes. This project, almost every row, you're going to turn. So you're going to flip your work. It's not common when you do a round, when you work in the round, but this one will be. So we chain, and what we're going to be looking at right now, this here will be the right side. That's the wrong side, that's the right side. So we are going to flip, we're going to chain 1, we chain 1 and turn. Your voice is just fine. Could this be modified with a magic circle? Yes, you could do the magic circle. You can easily, because all you're doing is you're doing a simple round, and we're just building off of it. So if you wanted to, you could do the magic circle for your first round. So I've chained 1 already and turned. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to be working in 5 segments. So you're going to have we're going to do like a repeat. We're going to do it 5 times all the way around. So everything that we do will be a multiple of 5, or in sets of 5. Okay. In the next stitch, we're going to put in a single crochet and a double crochet. In the very next stitch, we're going to put in a double crochet and a single crochet. So those 2 stitches from the previous round, the first one gets a single and a double, the next one gets a double and a single. So that is 1 set. We're going to continue that all the way around. So the next set gets a single and a double in the first stitch. The next stitch gets a double and then a single. That's 2 sets. Next stitch will get a single and a double. The next stitch will get a double and a single. So this first round is going to kind of look like a flower almost, because you're going to make these little petals. And this is what the segments, remember how I said the 5 segments, they're going to branch off of all of these little petal pieces. I guess you can kind of look at it that way. First stitch gets a single and it gets a double. The next stitch gets a double and a single. And then we have 2 stitches left. The first one gets a single and a double. And this last one gets a double and a single. And we're going to slip stitch to our first single that we did, which is right here. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. We're going to slip stitch, and there we have done round 2, which kind of looks like a little pentagon. So we went from 10 stitches in the center, and then this round has 20. So we've doubled it. We've increased it. And as we're going along, I'm going to mark off on my pattern what we've done. I would definitely suggest that if you have the written pattern or the chart, to mark off as you go along. Alrighty. So now we're going to do round 3. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. So on round 3, the first stitch is going to get a single and a double. So your first stitch is right here. It's a single and a double. The next stitch will get 2 doubles. 1 and 2. The next stitch gets 1 double. And then this following stitch will get a double and a single. And I will repeat this here in a second. So we're working with those first set of stitches. The first one gets a single and a double. The next one will get 2 doubles. The next one gets a double. And the fourth one gets a double and a single. So you're going to end up having 5 stitches here. So you have, well, actually, no. You have 7 stitches. Words and numbers. So the first stitch gets 2 stitches, which is a single and a double. The next one gets 2 more. So we're at 4 stitches. The next stitch gets 1 double. So we're at 5 stitches. And the very last stitch gets a double and a single. So you're making a group of 7 stitches in that section. Excuse me. And now we're going to repeat that. So the first one gets a single and a double. Next stitch gets 2 doubles. The next stitch gets 1 double. And this next stitch gets a double and a single. So each section or segment has 7 stitches. So we're going to have a total of 35 stitches because we have 5. We're almost going to have 5 segments. So we have 2 segments there. The next segment gets a single and a double. The next stitch gets 2 doubles. The next stitch gets 1 double. And this very next stitch gets a double and a single. So that's the third segment. I know I'm kind of off camera a little. And up to this point, you could probably do the same thing and it could be a cute little flower applique. because pretty much what you're making, as we get further along, it is going to curve up. We're not going to increase as much, and we will get a bowl or a pumpkin shape eventually. So that one gets a single and a double. The next one gets 2 doubles. Next one gets 1 double. And the next stitch gets a double and a single. And we have one more section to go. First stitch gets a single and a double. The next one gets 2 doubles. The next stitch gets 1 double. And our last stitch, which is right here, gets a double and a single. And we're going to slip stitch to join from our first single on the round. Going forward, I'm going to put in a stitch marker so we can see. So that is round number 3. And like I said, we got a cute little flower shape. And that is the wrong side. Alrighty, I gotta mark my rounds. Okay. So round number 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to put a single crochet in the first stitch, 2 half doubles in the next. I gotta find that stitch. Hold on one second. Trying to find the stitches sometimes can be a little difficult. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Single in the first, 2 half doubles in the next. So I put in 3 stitches. I'm going to mark my first stitch I made. So that's the beginning of the round, just so we can see what we're doing. So we did a single in the first stitch. The next stitch had 2 half doubles. Now, this is where we're going to start our braid pattern, or begin to do our braid, or establish our braid pattern. The next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, each of those are going to get a double, a front post double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. So they're going to get a front post double crochet around each of those 3 stitches. So do a front post double. You're going to wrap, go around the post, not into the top of the stitch, but around the post of the stitch, the vertical part of the stitch, bring up a loop, and then finish off like a double. So that one, and then the next one, and the third one. So those are all front post doubles on those 3 stitches. The very next stitch, which is right here, is going to get 2 half doubles. 1 and 2. And the very next stitch, hold on, let me double check to make certain I did this correctly. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So this stitch again gets the 2 half doubles. That's 2 half doubles. And the very next stitch gets a single. So that is the first segment. So now in the next stitch, just double checking where I'm at. The next stitch gets a single. The next one after that gets 2 half doubles. So 1 half double, 2 half doubles, and then the next 3 are front post double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Next one gets 2 half doubles, and then the following one gets a single. So we're getting a bunch of stitches in here. Each segment has 9 stitches. So at the end of our round, we're going to have 45. We're increasing as we're going. So that's 2 segments down. So another segment. So it's a single. The following stitch is 2 half doubles. The next 3 are front post doubles. So 1, 2. Whoops, that was a front post half double. We don't want that. Let me make certain I did the other one the correct way. There's 1, 2, and 3. Very next stitch gets 2 half doubles, and the last stitch in that segment gets a single. So we are getting curling and rippling. That's going to happen because it's 3D. We have 2 more sections to go. First one gets a single. The next one gets 2 half doubles. The next 3 are front post doubles. So 1 front post double, a second one, and a third one. Next stitch gets 2 half doubles, and then the last in that segment gets a single. And we have 1 more section to go. First is a single. Next is 2 half doubles in the same stitch. The next 3 are front post half doubles. So there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. The next stitch gets 2 half doubles. And our last little stitch in the round gets a single, and we're going to now slip stitch into our first stitch where that stitch marker is. So slip stitch, and that is round number 4. It's supposed to curl because we're not doing a flat item. Okay, we're on number 5. Round number 5, and the rest of the alternating rounds until we get to a point, meaning the odd number rounds, are going to be the same unless noted. So what we're going to do for this round, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into each stitch. So we're going to have a total. We're not increasing on this round. This round we're going to have 45. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I got to frog a little because I think I went in the wrong stitch. Let me just take a little look here real quick. Single. Okay, when you do this, you're not going to go in right where right where it joined. You're going to go right in here. So that's the stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I will move my stitch marker to the very first stitch that we did on the round. It's just moved over 1. So there's 9, and then we're going to keep doing that, and then we'll end up having a total of 45. Again, they're all singles on this round. So the pretty much the odd numbered rounds go pretty quick. They're all single crochets. The reason for this, that it's done this way, is so you won't really see a lot of the holes in stitches and the stuffing won't really show through because we are going to stuff this. I hope this is showing up somewhat okay on camera. Probably not. But I'm doing my best with the equipment that I have. Alrighty. Let me double check. I'm going to count to see if I have 45. Stitch count is very important in this. Turnarounds tend to make a cleaner and tighter seam. Yes. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Yes, we have 45. So now we're going to slip stitch into our first stitch on that round. We're going to chain 1 and turn. So we finished round number 5. And let's see. Alrighty. Now is where it gets a little complicated. So far it's still somewhat flat. We got a little bit of texture because of those front post double crochets. And this would be a good time to weave in my ends because this is the right side. This is the pretty side. That's the inside. So let me do this right now real quick. So we have done round 5. We have to go to 30. So got a little bit of ways. So I'm just moving the tail to the back side or the inside. I'm just going to weave in my tail. I can move it a little tighter if I need to. Magic ring would have tightened it up a lot better, but it's fine. Okay. Flip it back over. We don't need the needle for a while now. So round number 6. So we have 45 stitches in this round. When we're done this round, we're going to have 55. So we're going to increase here. Let me double check something. Let me go down to the chart. I do better with the chart on this part of the pattern. So we need round number 6. Let's see. Okay, this is where we're going to start the braid. We established the braid here when we did these front posts, but this row we're actually doing the braid. So this segment is going to have 11 stitches per segment, so at the end we're going to have 55. Alrighty, so we chained 1 and turned. Let me just double check one thing right here. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta look at this real quick, so there should be... Because this is where I messed up when I did my original sample. So there's 4 stitches there. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch. And then... Wait. Bear with me, everybody. Again, it's not my pattern. I didn't design it, so I don't memorize all of this. Around the first, single in the next, 2 on the first, half double. Alrighty. That's where we're doing it. On the first. Okay. Single in the next. And now we're going to go 2 rows below. So here's 1 and then there's 2. There's a half double here. Around this half double crochet, we're going to do 2 front post doubles. So there's 1 and 2 around the same post. Let me repeat that. So the first stitch got a single. We go 2 rows below and this half double crochet that's right here. And let's turn that light off. That might help a little. Kind of helps. So around this half double crochet here, we're going to do 2 front post doubles. So this stitch is going to get 2 of them. So there's 1 front post double, and around the same post, the same stitch, do another front post double. We're going to skip a stitch. And then we're going to do a single into the next. So we're going to skip. We're actually going to skip. I think we skipped 2 stitches. Let me double check. I don't want everything to be off a bit. We skip 1 or 2. We skip 1. We skip 1. So we're going to skip the 1, and then this one here. So we went in there. Yeah, skip 1, and then the next stitch, do a single. Hey there, Sue. How are you? So we did a single in the first stitch, 2 front post double crochets around that half double from 2 rows below, so 2 around the same post, and a single in the next stitch. Now, around these next 3 stitches, these 3 front post double crochets, this is where we're going to do our cabling. So, this involves triple crochets, right? Double check, always double check. Yes. So we're going to wrap for our double, so we're going to wrap twice. And we got these 3 front post doubles here. We're dropping below all of these single crochets, and we're going to go down to the row below for these front posts. So around those 3 stitches, we're going to work our cabling. So we've wrapped twice for a triple. We're going to skip the first one, and around the second one, we're going to do a front post triple. Around the next one, we do a front post triple. And then we're going to wrap again, but we're going to go back to our first one. We're going backwards and wrap around that to do our next front post triple. So that is going to, when I tack this down, it's going to form this braided, twisted look. So to do this now, to tack it down, let me just remember where I had to tack it down. I think it's in the third one. It's in the fourth one. Okay, the easiest way to do it is if I lift it up and I look back here, I count 3 stitches and skip them. So 1, 2, 3, because those 3 that I just did 3 stitches, they're going to cover those 3. And then the next one, we're going to do a single crochet. So I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but it's forming, I think zoomed in too much, kind of blurs it. So it forms this braid, this 3-dimensional. Again, my lighting, I know my lighting sucks. So that is the beginning of the braid. So we single crocheted there. Now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to skip the next stitch, and around the second half double, there's two half doubles here, around the second one, which is here, we're going to do 2 front post double crochets. So there's 1, and then there's 2. We're going to skip that stitch that's back there, and in our very next stitch, let me just see if this is going to work. I'm just looking to see if I'm placing this correctly. Yeah, skip 1, and then we're going to put in a single crochet. And that is segment 1. I know that was confusing. Hopefully, if you watch Mikey's video, it might be a little clearer, and if you follow his patterns. So there's 3, skip 1. Okay. So I'm going to repeat that 4 more times. So the next stitch gets a single. Around the half double from 2 rows below, we're going to do 2 front post. 1, 2. So we're going to skip that. And in this stitch we do a single. I think, yeah. We skip 1 or 2. Okay, I think I skipped too many. Okay, put a single. And now around these 3, each one of these, we're going to do the cabling. Front post triple crochet. So we skip the first one. Around the second one, we do a front post triple. Around the next one, we do a front post triple. And now we go back to the first one and do a front post triple. So lift it up, I count 3, skip those 3 stitches, and in the next stitch do a single. And then we find the 2 singles. We find the 2 half double crochets around the second one. So not the first, around the second one. We do 2 front post doubles. Skip a stitch. We skip the one behind it, behind all of that, and then do a single. I know I'm probably speaking a totally different language for a bunch of you, but I'm just going to continue this around. One and 2. Skip that. Go into here and do that. Now I can do my braid. So there's the 1 stitch. It's the second. And I have to go back to do the 3rd. Lift it up here, count 3. 1, 2, 3. We don't do those 3. We do the single in the 4th. And now you should have 3, yeah. We do these front post doubles around that guy there. And then a single into the single. And then another single in the single. We're ready to keep going. So what is everybody working on? I didn't ask that when I started. I should have. Now that I've been streaming for almost an hour. Hey there, Alex. How are you? Koalas? Koalas. Okay. Are you working on a koala? I'm making two babies and a dad. Oh. Are they crocheted? Are they knitted? Are they drawing? Are they clay? 1, 2, 3. Single there. Crochet, I can't knit. Takes too long for my hands. Yeah, I can't knit either. Well, same thing. It takes too long. Did Mama get eaten by a dingo? Oh my gosh. Fairy dust. Two. I'm going to skip that one. Go into here to do a single. And I'm going to do my braid. Weaving in ends of a large, glorious granny blanket that has color change every freaking round. Yeah, that blanket that glorious granny blanket you've made is gorgeous. And yeah, it does have color change in every round. It's going to look good though. Three. But if you're making koalas, if you're part of the Discord, we would love to see pictures of your work, if you have pictures and if you want to share. There's one. And two. Skip that. I didn't move my stitch marker, because the stitch marker's in the spot where I need to go right now. Alrighty, and then we're going to slip stitch to join. That was round number 6. And let's go and mark this off. I'm not going to count, but I'm pretty certain that I have the 55 stitches for that round, because everything worked out the way it should. Grammy, that's why I weave in as I go. If I had that many ends to weave in at one time, it would just burn the blanket. Actually, I love weaving in ends. Like, I usually save all my ends to the end. But I'm strange, so there is that. Okay, so that was round number 6. And again, you're starting to see some texture. I wish the camera would work better with what I have. So, we got some texture. So round number 7, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to do single crochets, but we're going to do an increase on this round. So we're going to single crochet the next 10 stitches. And then the 11th stitch, we're going to put in 2 single crochets. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. We will have 60 stitches at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me just count back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To my first stitch. Put a stitch marker just so keep track. So I have 10 I have a single crochet in each of those 10 stitches, and then this next stitch will get 2. And then we repeat that. Yeah, I was a slacker this time. No. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 6, there's 7, 8, 9, and 10. You weren't a slacker. I mean, it was going to have to get done either way, so you either do it as you go or do it at the end. And that stitch gets 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this stitch gets 2. So we have a total of 60 at the end of this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this stitch gets 2. And then we should have the last segment. 1, I think the last segment. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last stitch gets 2. Slip stitch to where we began, and chain 1, and turn. So that was row number 7. And in about a minute, we're going to have an add. So let's mark this, and alrighty. So I'm going to hold off until we come back from add to do round number 8. We're starting to get some curl, which is what we want. The first blanket I ever made was the gingham granny square blanket. Left all my ends until it was done. I don't know if I have ever had so many profanities in my life apart from that moment. Oh, well. Guess it's you and me different, because I would love it. I would love all those ends. Alrighty, we're going to go to add. Stick around. I will be right back, and we will continue where we left off. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sitting through that ad break. I greatly appreciate it. Grammy is responding to fairy dust. At least the recipient of this blanket will be warm. I think it must have 20 pounds of worsted weight Hersters in it because I'm roasting having it on my lap. True. And it is a little bit thicker because you're doing the Glorious Grannies to get a lot of front post stitches. So that does create some warmth to it. Alrighty, so where were we? We finished round number 7. That is the downside of working on a blanket when it's warm. Yeah. Even though it's cooled off a little bit, but it's still not cold. Definitely is a downside. Okay. So we chained one and turned. Now the pattern says going forward, there'll be equal number of stitches. There'll be the number of stitches to have a single crochet between each braid. So that's going to help us keep track. So we'll do a braid, a single, a braid, a single, and so on. And then the alternate rounds are just singles in each stitch, unless they tell us otherwise. So some things are easy on this. So round number 8, we're going to chain 1. So we've chained 1. Single into the next stitch. So we're going to single into the next stitch. And 3 front post double crochets around the next 3 posts. So this is where I have to refer to the chart, because it was not clear. So we are on round number 8. 8? Yeah. We're on round number 8. So we singled. And are there 3 there? 8. 1, 2. Okay, it's here. 1, 2, and 3. So we get single post doubles, 2 and 3. So we skip 3 stitches, we get a single here. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to move my stitch marker, filling a bag with schnibbles as I go. Yay! Yay for schnibbles! Still giving your scrap bits to Cub for the side project. If she wants to, she can. I'll make use of them at some point. So we did a single, and then the next 3 stitches get front post doubles, then a single, and now the next 3 stitches, which are these, are cabling here, and the camera's not picking it up. So when I did these front post triple crochets in this cable formation, that's what we're going to wrap around to do our doubles, our front post doubles on this round. And it's just one after another. One. You're not doing any cabling, you're just continuing. You're just going in order. You're not going backtracking on this round. So skip 3. And then we get a single. And then the next 3 stitches. Oh, it's those 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's one over here. You're still fuzzing out yarn to spin your own. Yeah, I haven't done any, I haven't carded anything yet. Well, not yet. In a while, since I did it last on stream, when I used the blending board and made some Rolags. That was the last time I did that. But I'm still going to be doing it. And that is something we're going to be doing more in the new year. We're going to change things up. We're still going to crochet, but we're going to add a whole bunch of other fiber arts. Like I said, we're going to cross stitch. Of course, I strongly believe in reusing everything when possible. Yes. We're going to add some cross stitch. We're going to add some types of embroidery. We're going to do some kind of quasi crewel embroidery, which crewel embroidery is embroidery done with a specific type of yarn. It's called a crewel yarn. It's a two-ply twist yarn, so it's not super twisted. I don't have any specific crewel yarn, but I have some yarns that would probably work. So we're going to do that. Grammy says she has a kit and a few supplies for silk ribbon embroidery, which I've never done before. So I'm going to watch some videos, and I've got some books. I think there might be some silk ribbon in the one book I have, but I'll read up on it, and we're going to do that. We're going to try to get better at knitting. We're going to attempt to tat. And we're also going to process fiber. We're going to not only card it and make rollags, but on stream we're going to try to spin. And you all don't use my my streams when I spin as an instruction. Yes, most of my streams are teaching. I'll put up a disclaimer that spinning, when I spin, is definitely not a teaching stream. Because I know the bare minimum of it. Yeah, we're going to get dizzy. Yep. I'm not going to do the drop spindle because the camera angle isn't going to look right, and no. So we'll use my electric spinning wheel. One of them. I have two. They're identical. So I'm just working my way around this pumpkin. Trying new things keeps the brain young. Yes. And a lot of this stuff I've done before. So it's not necessarily trying a new thing. Some of it, I haven't tatted. And I haven't done silk ribbon embroidery before. But, need to practice more on some of these other crafts and art forms that I haven't done in a while. Okay, single there. And let's do this. I'm just working my way around, and it's definitely getting very lumpy and bumpy, which is what we want. 1, 2, 3. Single here. And then front post the next 3. 2. And 3. And I always pull back to see, skip 3. 1, 2, 3. Go into that. Go 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Go into here. Two, 3. I wish the camera would show this a lot better than what it is showing. You can kind of see it. Again, would need a better camera to show more of the detail. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do a single. 2. 1, 2, and 3. 2, 3. There we go. Almost done this round. 1, 2. Around that. And this is round number, what did we say? Round number 8? I've lost track. Yeah, we're in round number 8. Again, we're going to 30. So, Slowly but surely we'll get there. Okay, and I got 3 more stitches. I think we have 3 more stitches. Actually, hold on. Let me frog out those few stitches there. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, and that last one is right here. Slip stitch to join. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and that is round number 8. There are 60 stitches. We didn't increase of any of that. We increased the previous round. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and now each stitch gets a single crochet. No increasing. So we're going to have 60 when we get done this. 2, 3, and I'm not going to count all of these. And we're just going to work singles all the way around. Again, the odd rows on this pumpkin are the easy ones. Hey there, Anon Cheer. Thank you for the cheered bits. How are you? I am the Crafty Cub. I primarily crochet here on stream. I do streams about 4 or 5 nights a week. Right now we are on our pumpkin week. We have previously done a pumpkin patch stitch, which I don't have a sample of because I ended up frogging it. And last night we did a stacked pumpkin centerpiece, which I could go and get, but it's kind of precarious. I could pull up a picture of it. Teach a lot. Pretty much anything crochet. I'm venturing into the world of amigurumi, which is technically what we're doing right now. Amigurumi means cute toy. In Japanese, it's usually knitted or crocheted. So we're doing a stuffed pumpkin. So we're making this. We're making this one here, just in a different colorway. So I appreciate the bits. We also do vintage crochets on Thursdays. Tomorrow night is our Throwback Thursday. And we have a guest host. It's actually a permanent, so it's not temporary. Guest host, her name is Granny Karen Cakes Marino. She'll be on tomorrow night. And I think she is doing a mystery edging pattern. So we're going to test her crochet knowledge and her wits with a mystery pattern that I don't know what it is, and she doesn't know yet because it's going to pick it at random. So we went around. Why am I flattening this? Because it's not going to be flat. So that was round number 9. So let me mark off 8 and 9. Okay. Round number 10. Let's double check this here. Single, braid, okay. This is where we're going to do the 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to do round number 10, which is more of our braid. So we're going to do a single crochet. I think is where we do the single crochet, and then we're going to do our cabling. Yes. Okay, so we do single. We're doing triple front post triples, around the second one of our braid and our third, and then go back to the first. Again, I wish you could see this a lot clearer. So there's 2. So we did 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now we're going to do 1 back into the first. So we're going backwards. And I always look underneath, count 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 3. The next one gets a single. And then the next 3 posts are going to get the braid again. So we're going to do our triple, go to the center one, the second one, do our front post triple, go to the third one, do our front post triple, and then go back to our first one to do the front post triple. And that is how we're doing these cabling or braids on this. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one do a single. We're going to just work our way around this cute little pumpkin. My first sample I made, and this is the first time I've ever done cabling in crochet. And I really like it. I really like the texture it makes. Back to here. 1, 2, 3, and then in the fourth do a single. One, 2, and then back to the first one. 3. But if anybody has suggestions for other things that we possibly see on stream, I'm up for suggestions. I can take them into consideration. So like I said, we're going to get back and doing a lot more of needle and fiber arts. Let me go back and mark my first stitch, because I'll get totally lost if I don't. Hey there, Heather. How are you? Thank you for the shout out yesterday. I appreciate that. If you're not following, Heather's channel, definitely check her out. You knit. Do you crochet? I know you knit a lot. I popped into your channel a handful of times. Usually you're knitting. She has the most beautiful yarns I've ever seen. I am always commenting on how gorgeous the colors. Knit, crochet, cross stitch. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna end up cross stitching here on the channel come the new year. We're gonna cross stitch. We're gonna do some crewel embroidery. We're gonna attempt to do some silk ribbon embroidery, which I've never done, and I can't figure out how to do a front post triple crochet. This is not the first time I've done this. We're gonna try to get better at knitting. What else do I want to do? We're gonna process some more fiber and spin. I am not an expert in spinning. Knitting is your main bitch. Yep. You've made some really, really pretty things. What else were we going to do? I need to write a list. I need to write these down of things I plan on making here on, or doing here on stream. 2, 3. Yeah, like I said, we're going to possibly try to attempt. Yes, I love the pumpkins. I posted in your Discord. I know I don't know if you've seen it yet, of what I did last night, and I'm gonna try my best. Let me pop this over here. It's gonna key out because that's not gonna work because of my green screen. I'll pull up the picture. That's a lot easier to do Picture, where's the picture? And we should have this all set. Yeah, that's all set. So, we gotta move the other pumpkin out of the way. And I gotta make this smaller. Come on, OBS. So, that is what we did last night on stream. Pretty simple, pretty basic. You're making a rectangle in back loop only half double crochets. And each pumpkin is a different size. And it's a different number of rows. And then you cinch it up on the one side. You stitch your sides closed. You cinch up the other way and you stuff it. And then the top one, I don't know if you can see it. It's right up here. It's got, the top one gets a stem. And they're all separate. You can connect them, stitch them together, glue them together, or whatever. Glue them together. I just have mine setting on top of each other. And then I just took the fall artificial flowers and leaves and just stuck them in there. I didn't glue them or sew them in. So that's a cute little little centerpiece. Again, that is from the YouTube channel, and I think it's also a blog, Winding Road Crochet. So it's not my pattern. Yes, it's a perfect fall decor. So are you working on anything right now currently? I know you've, I don't know if you still have, I know you were fostering some dogs, some rescue dogs. I don't know if you still have those. 1, 2, 3. But yes, and if anybody's interested in knitting, definitely check out Heather Bizzo's channel. That is one of the places to be for knitting. I do still have the Fosters and adopted a puppy too. Aww. I bet they keep you busy. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I frogged a whole cow last night. Oh, that's not fun. That is not fun at all. Yeah, I've had to frog. I don't know if I've ever had to frog an entire project because there was an issue, but I've had to frog quite a bit of projects before. Today I'm working on my second fingerless mitts for my creepy craft along. Yes, you have a creepy craft along, which I had heard about it, and I think it's you have to submit a creepy type project in a channel in your Discord, and I think there's like a prize or something. Whoever gets, I think you're going to do like draw something at random. If that's, I think I'm correct in how that works. I will be doing some creepy things for October. Get all the spooky, and some are cute. I think next week we're doing spiders and spider webs. I think 2 different granny squares that are spider themed. Yes, post a pic of the finished object by Halloween. You'll be entered to win a crafty bundle. Nice, yes. So if anybody is interested in winning a crafty bundle, check out her Discord and make a spooky Halloween type object and put it in that channel. You could win. Good to challenge yourself by stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes. I recently purchased a quilt pattern, which I never do. It's a foundation paper piece quilt. It has hundreds of pieces, no two alike, no squares or rectangles. All will be done in batiks. Might lose my freaking mind with this one. Don't lose your mind, Grammy. Can be any craft, and creepy is open to your interpretation. Of course. I didn't do a triple there. I want to make certain I'm doing triple crochets. I don't want this all turning out lopsided. I hope I did triple front post triples on these. They kind of look like them. We'll see. But yeah, this pattern is from the Crochet Crowd on YouTube. And when I saw it, I was like, that is so cool. And I'm all about the pumpkins. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. And again, this is my first time doing any type of cabling in crochet. I've never done it, but I've known about cabling in knit, but recently, in the past couple years, I've become aware of cabling in crochet. And I've been crocheting for about 20 years now. I knit a pumpkin a few years ago with a tweed yarn. It has a real thick, real stick as the stem. Ooh, I bet that's pretty. I like the look of tweed yarns. Alright, so we're going to slip stitch to join. Remove my stitch marker because I don't need to right now. I kept it on my desk at work year-round because I'm so proud of it. I've done things like that too. I've had things that are seasonal, not necessarily things I've made. In fact, they're sitting up top. 2 years ago, I went to it's local. It's in probably about an hour or so away. There's a pick your own produce farm, and during the year they have different things in season. 2 years ago I went apple picking, and they also had pumpkins and gourds and decorative things, so got a bunch of gourds and ended up saving them and dried them, and they're sitting on the top shelf there even all year. For the past 2 years they've been sitting there because I just thought they were cool looking. Not that I'm proud of it because I didn't make the gourds, obviously, but alright, so I wish my camera would show the texture a lot better. That's what happens when I'm using a cheap webcam. But you can kind of see the cabling that's going on. Thought you were going to say, pick your own eggplant. No. Yeah, AO. Do they have warts? Actually, some of them do. I'm going to show my warts and all. This has nothing to do with whatchamacallit. Let me get, where's all my gourds? Oh, here they are. Oh, I'm making so much noise, and things are falling, and I'm blind by looking at that light. So got a little pumpkin. It's got some little black spots, but again, that's part of the aging. I guess this is probably some of a mold, and I probably shouldn't be touching it, but so kind of rattles. And then there's this one here. I don't know, I just thought they were cool looking. This one's got lots of warts. They were a lot better when they were... That one doesn't really have any seeds or that are moving. And then this one's really warty. So, anyway, that was my show and tell. Now that I've got... Nothing was coming off on it, but just in case, I'm going to use a little bit of hand sanitizer. I didn't need to take a little stretch break from my pumpkin anyway. Again, I think anything that's on there is probably harmless. Might want to use some sandpaper, remove the funk. I think it's harmless. I don't think it's anything that's going to cause any illness or... Alrighty. So that was round number 10. Yes, 10. So I'm going to chain one and turn, and then I'm just going to do single crochets in all of my stitches. And this is the wrong side is facing right now. So that was the third stitch. Just put that in there just so I have an idea of where we're going to end at. And this is round 11. Again, pretty much every other round is just single crochets. And they're on the wrong sides. Or the inside, I should say. This is 11. And then we're going to do round 12. And then we're going to repeat rounds 9 through 12 2 more times. And then when we get to round number 21, we're going to start decreasing and finishing off the pumpkin. So we are on 11. We're not quite halfway there yet. Again, it's got 30 rounds for this, and this is the small pumpkin. This isn't the large one. Maybe off stream I'll make a large one. And, whoops. If I do, I'll post pictures in the Discord of what it looks like. It's slightly different. And again, all of the, both the large pumpkin and the small pumpkin are in that link. Or if you click on that link, I think he's doing the large one in the video. But on his video, there's a link that has the instructions for both the large and the small. So you can do either or both. Again, this is a pattern from the Crochet Crowd. Okay, that's round 11. So it's starting to form a pumpkin shape. And when we go to actually form it, this bottom part is going to be tucked in the bottom. You know how like the bottom of a pumpkin kind of has that dimple. Alrighty, let me double check the pattern here. Round number 12. Okay, so we're going to chain one and turn. Take the stitch marker out. And round number 12. 2, 3. Go put in a single crochet, and then the next 3 stitches each get a front post double. 1. Trying to go through the second one can be a little difficult at times because everything's kind of twisted on each other because it's a braid. So 1, 2, 3, and then do a single. So we're doing front post doubles in the stitches that form the braid. And again, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one. And then the third one. We're not doing cabling on this round. We're just extending the cabling. So the cabling was done here, and this is just extending it. And then the following round on the right side will have the cabling. Yeah, this is round 12. And again, we're going to repeat the same things for 9, 10, 11, and 12. 2 more times after this. 2, 3, go into a single. Come on. But yes, Granny Karen will be on tomorrow night. I don't know if she'll be wearing her new house dress, because I was nice enough to get her one the other day. So she will be doing a mystery edging stitch, or pattern, I should say, from the 40s. So back when she was a little girl. And, I'm certain she'll do pretty good. Oh, I just didn't even put my stitch marker back in. Let me go back and... She's teaching us... Heyo! Yeah, no. Okay, I've totally lost track. Okay. There, that's the beginning. Granny Karen Cakes Moreno has taken over my Thursday streams, and I'm going to get kicked out of chat. No, you're not going to get kicked out of chat. This is says 18 plus. Every now and then, I think it's probably about every other week as of right now, on Thursdays, there will be a mystery pattern, and we have a book of edging patterns, from crochet to edge patterns, like with crochet thread. It's a little booklet from the 40s, and it was put on like linens. Actually, I can show real quick some of them. Let's see, and we pick it at random. This was one I did. This is going to be, tomorrow night's going to be Granny Karen's first time doing a mystery pattern. So we did that one. That one, I think we did this one on stream. Some of these I did on stream, some I did off stream. Yeah, I really love the crochet thread. I love the vintage stuff. We've done doilies on here before. There's this one we did on stream. This one needs to be blocked. It's not as nice looking as it could be. I still have to block that one. There's a real thin one. It's for like linens, napkins, handkerchiefs, pillowcases. We did this one here. I didn't like this one. This was in the book. Again, it needs to be blocked, but I really did not like this one. And I only did a small sample. I was not a fan of that one. Oh, this one here. This one was pretty. This one needs to be blocked too. So, that's what we will be doing tomorrow. We've done... This was not a mystery one. We did that previously. Last Thursday, Granny Karen's first official Throwback Thursday stream, she did this on stream. She made a 5-pointed little doily motif. You can make a bunch of them together and connect them all to make like a bedspread or a tablecloth or whatever. So that is what we do on Thursdays. Well, that's what Granny Karen will be doing. And if you haven't met Granny Karen, she's in her 90s, and she's feisty, and she won't tolerate shenanigans. But, she asked me to pick up some type of house dress for her to wear because she can't get around as easily. So I went to the thrift store the other day and found her one. Hopefully, she said she liked it. So, don't know if she'll be wearing it tomorrow. She's got a colorful family. She talks about her family all the time. Her deceased husband, Hank Moreno. She goes by the nickname Cakes. Yep. I got a picture of her. Oh, that's not what I wanted to open. I don't want to open that. Close that. Let's see. Where's the picture of Granny? I think it's in here. There we go. There's a picture of Granny Karen Cakes Marino. So, you'll meet her tomorrow if you're around. Yep. She originally, the backstory with her, back in the spring, I was doing a Granny Square theme week. And the first stream I did was fine. And then the second day, I couldn't log in. Couldn't log into my Twitch account. And then I found out that this old lady was streaming on my channel. And apparently her grandson's name is Al. A-L. And his last name is Paca. P-A-C-A. And apparently he kind of did computer stuff or whatever and hacked my account and got his grandmother to stream. And I think she streamed for like two or 3 days. And finally I was able to get control of my account again. And then over the summer I got in contact with her. And she apologized. She didn't know she was doing anything wrong. And I said I liked her work. So I said I asked her if she wouldn't mind being my permanent host on Thursdays for my vintage patterns, and she agreed. So gives me a day off of streaming, and my channel still streams. And in November, my one follower, my one mod, Clay Miko, and her husband got tickets for the three of us to go see a drag show in Washington, D.C. It's a Christmas drag show with a lot of the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race. And I think I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to give Granny Karen my ticket. So she will go in my place. She needs to get out of the house and have some fun, and that's what's going to happen. Alrighty, so that was round number 12. Now I got to repeat 9 through 12 2 more times. Chain 1 and turn. Rounds 9 and 11 are just single crochet into each stitch. So those rounds are not the ones that you have to think. So this is the repeat. We're coming up the sides of the pumpkin right now. And believe this will form into a three-dimensional pumpkin the further we go along. We got a bowl right now. Alrighty. And Granny Karen's got some patterns planned for closer to the holidays. I think all the Thursdays after Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think there's 4 Thursdays. She's doing vintage crocheted Christmas ornaments. There's like 4 or 5, however many Thursdays that are there. So we're gonna do some. And it's crochet thread, so some vintage Christmas ornaments. And apart from that, I got to take care of the doggies. We'll try to go back tomorrow. Oh, yeah, sure, definitely. thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. And again, thank you for the shout out the other night. Thank you very much. But we're going to be doing, apart from Granny Karen, I'm going to have some winter Christmassy, not specifically Christmas, but winter themed projects for December. I think we're planning on streaming a lot in December, and I haven't decided. I think we're probably going to take the week between Christmas and New Year's off. I don't think there's going to be any streams. Obviously not going to stream on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but I think we're going to take off that week, that whole week. Alrighty, so that was round number 9. Yeah, 9. Now we're going to do 10. So I've chained 1 and turned. I'm going to single. And now this is where we're going to do our braid. So this is the triple, the front post triples. Around the second one, around the third one, and then back around the first one. 1, 2, 3. Now that I've done this pattern once already, it's really not that difficult. It's just getting it established, and then this part here kind of goes pretty good. 1, 2, 3, then do a single. But yeah, if anybody wants to get into knitting or have any interest in anything knitting related, definitely check out Heather's channel. She is one of the go-to people for knitting. Three, skip the 3, and then the 4th, put a single. I will definitely be doing the cabling on future projects because I really like the look of it, and it can somewhat work up kind of fast, especially if you do these triple stitches until the loop comes off the hook. Lost another loop. I can't get this stitch done. Okay, got it. One, 2, 3. So we are on, this is 10, wait, 12, 13, 12, 13, technically this is round 14. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is round 14. So we're almost halfway done this pumpkin. See how I said this is going to be a longer stream? If you were here in the beginning. It takes some time to get this done. I know I didn't even put my stitch marker in, but I don't think I need it right now. Three. 3, 2, 3. Three. Alrighty, so I got 3 more braid sections on this round. I should have picked well, I don't have any. Should have picked like an ombre yarn that's got some oranges and reds and browns in it. And if I do have anything like that, I don't have enough of it for the entire pumpkin, because this uses quite a bit of yarn. 1, 2, 3. There. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to slip stitch into that. So that was round number 14. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And then this round, each stitch gets a single crochet. And I will put my stitch marker back into my first stitch, just so I have an idea of where we left off. Come on. I know this looks like a hot mess right now, but as it goes further and we decrease and get that pumpkin shape and form it and stuff it, then it will turn into something nice to look at. Alrighty, back to the beginning, and I'm going to slip stitch to join. We're around 15 of 30, so we're halfway done. So it's starting, again, my stinking lighting. Well, there you can kind of see the braiding. I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a night, and then I am going to pop in on Friday. You're going to get extra streams this week. Friday, we're going to finish this. We're going to do the other half and fill it, and then do the stem and the vine. So, got a little bowl. Could be the basis, the start of a hat. If it was bigger, you could turn this into a hat. So, I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Let me move my... because we've been on for about 2 hours. Usually I go about 2 or 3 hours, and I think halfway is a good point to switch over. Let's see what's going on. Let's see who's on. We've got that. Let's see here. Yeah, I know what we're going to do. If I can spell. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me and watching the progress of our little pumpkin. Again, I will be back on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the rest of the pumpkin. Tomorrow, Granny Karen Kicks Marina will be on for a mystery crocheted edge pattern. And then also I'll be on Saturday for the Project Linus blanket that we're continuing to work on. Again, check out the Discord. Check out the YouTube channel. All of my streams are uploaded to the YouTube channel when I'm done streaming. So you can go back and watch previous streams to see other things that I've done. I have a merch store. The merch message just popped up in the chat. You can check that out. I've got a couple items there for sale if anybody is interested. And if anybody is a proud dirty hooker and want to show off your pride of being of said dirty hooker, then that might be the place to go to pick up some swag. I guess that's what all the kids call it now, is swag. I don't know if the kids call it that. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow night Granny Karen will be on. We're going to go raid. We're going to go raid the Traveling Tatter. I don't know exactly what she is making. A crown, a bookmark, a keychain. I can't decide what to make next. So, whatever she's making, it's gorgeous as usual. So if you're ever interested in tatting, again, that's what I'm going to end up trying to learn in the new year. And where is my tatting shuttle? I have a tatting shuttle. Tatting uses, well, there's different types of tatting, but shuttle tatting uses a little metal, could be plastic. They're also made out of bone. Mine's made out of metal. A little shuttle that holds your thread, and then you do a series of knots. And again, I don't know how to do it yet. I've watched her. I've watched videos. I'm going to set some time at some point to really concentrate and watch the videos over and over again, and then practice. So, if you want anything tatting related, Traveling Tatter is one of the places to go. MK Fibers, or not MK, KB Fibers, who rated me last night, also tats. So those are the places to check out tatting here on Twitch. So everybody stick around for the raid. Show Tatter some love and follow her if you're not following. I will talk to you again on Friday, and you will talk to Granny Karen tomorrow. So everybody have a good evening, and happy crafting.